Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please subscribe to this channel, share, like, as well as drop a comment on the comment section. Our lecture today is titled Public Enterprise. Public Enterprise. Now, by public, we mean something that belongs to the people, something that is of common interest. Now, by public, we actually mean something that is open to all, something that is, of course, of common interest. Okay. Now, by enterprise, on the other hand, we mean a business or commercial venture established to provide essential services to the people, either free of charge or at a reduced rate. Okay. By public enterprise, we mean organizations that are established for the purpose of promoting public interest by through the provision of services such as education, health, transport, and other services. Okay. Now, therefore, public enterprise, are organizations established, to promote the interest of everybody in the society. Okay. Now, let us look at reasons. Reasons for the introduction of public enterprise. Reasons for the introduction of public enterprise. Number one, breaking of private monopoly. Now, public enterprise come to actually break, private monopoly. Okay. Now, the sole purpose of providing general services, for the good of the people is actually to ensure that people are able to, people are able to afford it. Okay. And this was to ensure that private monopoly is broken. These services are therefore provided at a very affordable price so that the general public can actually afford it. By so doing, it will actually break private monopoly. That is number one. Now, let us look at number two. Number two is the promotion of security. Promotion of security. Now, when the private enterprises, provide services to the public, it brings about security in the society. Therefore, things, therefore, there will be protection of lives and properties of the people. Okay. And of course, the public enterprise, will put forward the security of the individuals, because of course the security of the individual actually tops the list, on the table of government. And so because of that, public enterprise most times are actually there for the purpose of actually ensuring, security of the people. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, they need to promote complementarity of sectors. Now, this is the situation where there are expertise in different sectors, and each sector provide different services, therefore, thereby complementing the services of other sectors. Now, it is therefore the responsibility of the government to spread sectors across the nation and not concentrating on just a particular part of the country. Now, it promotes complementarity within and among sectors. Okay, so that is actually number three. Number four, to enhance sovereignty, of government. This is where, a country will actually take. Okay, this is where a country will actually take charge of the territorial boundaries without the external interference. Okay, so those are just the major things. And how is it done? It is done through, the public enterprise that exists within a country. Number 5, to generate legitimacy from the people. Now, government does not, government does provides public enterprise to justify the reason for being in power. Now, for government, to actually continue to enjoy loyalty from her people, the government must continue, and continue to ensure the provision, and of course, so the provision of social and essential needs like good water, that is potable water, electricity, good roads, and so on. Okay. Then number 6, it generates and promotes employment. Now, public enterprises bring about employment, and of course, it helps, the people to actually be gainfully employed. Okay, so those are the things. Now, what are the negative impact of public enterprises? What are the negative impact, or what are the reasons public enterprises have not really achieved the reason for which they have been put in place? Factors impinging on the performance of public enterprises. The factors impinging on the performance of public enterprise. Number 1, corruption. Now, corruption has become one of the major concerns of the public enterprises because it has affected the performance of the public enterprises. Now, the public enterprises cannot operate successfully because of, because the resources meant for the development of the public sector are actually diverted, to private and personal use, and of course luxury. And as the, because of course the general manager, those managing the treasury, as well as all the workers within the organization, are actually corrupting the organization. And at the end, the corrupt practices has actually affected the efficiency and productivity of the organization. And at the same time, it has made these public enterprises to meet, to have failed to meet, the desired goal for which they were actually established. That is number 1. Number 2, incompetent management. Now, in a situation whereby people are employed based on ethnicity, tribalism, and personal relationship, rather than qualification and expertise, as well as experiences, the tendency of incompetency or incompetent management of the sector is always there, because at the end of the day, the efficiency and effectiveness of the organization will not actually be achieved. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, instability of management. Now, in public enterprises where the persons cannot actually perform because of distraction, that there tend to be instability within such organization. Okay, then number 4, let us look at number 4. Number 4 is the problem of government interference. Now, when government actually interfere in the affairs of the company or of the enterprise, there is tendency for everything to be based on connection. Now, where the government actually interferes in the affairs of the company, they tend to make, the major decisions, about staffing, promotion, and of course remuneration, as well as recruitment, based on government whims and caprices, which is not at the end of the day, which is not at the end of the day will follow due process. Okay, so now let us look at number 5, lack of competition. Now, when there is a monopoly of companies, progress, when there is a monopoly of companies, now progress seems not to be reached under the competition, because because the government actually monopolizes everything, and then production is no longer based on development, because of the fact that there's lack of competition. So if the government monopolizes everything to herself, it will actually impinge on the development of course, the economy. Then number 6, overstaffing. In a bid, for the government to actually render employment to the general public, they tend to give employment to every kind of people. Therefore, this will result to different kinds of behaviors in the office, and of course it will impinge on the efficiency and effectiveness of the organization. Number 7 is absence and or weakness of you know of appropriate monitoring and evaluation mechanism. Absence of monitoring and evaluation mechanism. Now, there is supposed to be evaluation of staff in order to measure their conformity with the regulations, of the companies, and also to measure, okay, their performance, from time to time. But this is actually absent in most public enterprises. Thank you very much.